Assalamu alaikum. One of our categories is a father-daughter duo in the remembrance and honoring of Nafīsa al-Ṭāhira. SubhanAllah, you know, Muslims get a bad rap around fatherhood. Lots of Islamophobic and Orientalist and stereotyping reads, movies, films, and just talk around town want us to believe that fathers somehow are oppressive of their daughters. But when we look to history and we look to successful women, one of the things we often see is amazing, supportive, loving fathers, and really a sense of a father-daughter duo. And here with Nafīsa al-Ṭāhira, I have some beautiful stories to tell you. MashaAllah, her father used to take her, since she was 5 years old, he would take her to Masjid al-Nabawi to pray the 5 prayers. And then he used to take her by the hand and enter inside the room of the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was the house of Aisha radiallahu anha, of course. And there he would speak to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he would say, Ya Rasulullah, O beloved Prophet, I am pleased with my daughter Nafīsa. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He would go and stand before the grave of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and declare he is pleased with his daughter. Ya Rasulullah, Ya beloved of Allah, I am pleased with Nafīsa. And he would do this often until eventually the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to him in his dream and said, Ya Hasan, I am pleased with your daughter Nafīsa because you are pleased with her, and Allah is pleased with her because I am pleased with her. This story it touches my heart. And I want to give all parents out there a little bit of advice. If you're upset with your children, if they're hurting your feelings, if you're worried about them, if they're distant in deen, if you're worried about their akhirah, be careful of your own heart towards your child. Do your best to be pleased with them. Find what you can be pleased with to help open the road for them to come back to Allah. Because your ghadab, your heaviness of your heart, blocks their road even more. SubhanAllah. And here we see the father in his pleasure with his daughter, opening that road for her for success in dunya and akhirah. MashaAllah. Now, our winners today are a father-daughter duo that I am so excited to share with you. MashaAllah. A father and a daughter who are both working hard in community to uplift our Muslim community in the world of education. Our winners today in the father-daughter duo category are Dr. James Jones and his daughter, Dr. Khabira Yahya. Congratulations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward both of you. Dr. Jones is an amazing professor. He's been an amazing community member for years, where his focus is on how can I contribute to this community, as he raised his children also to feel the same, mashallah. He is right now Executive Vice President of TISA, which is the Islamic Seminary of America, as well as Professor Emeritus of African Studies and World Religions at Manhattanville College. He is lead executive and faculty member at the Islamic Seminary of America and a former executive director of the Black Coalition of Greater New Haven in Connecticut. He has written, taught, trained, and consulted on diversity issues nationally and internationally for more than 30 years. He is devoted, organized, serious, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him. And on top of that, he is an amazing father who has brought us his daughter in this father-daughter duo, and they have worked together. But let me tell you about Dr. Khabira Yahya. She is an international K-12 educational consultant. She focuses on using teaching and learning strategies that promote cultural diversity and and inclusion within the classroom. She also was a visiting faculty member at TISA, where Dr. Jones is the executive vice president and faculty, where she taught, trained, and consulted leaders to grow into leaders who understand how to provide for and teach for and open for diversity and inclusion. She has taught in the field in America and abroad for 15 years. She's also an associate with Al-Amin Associates, which is a firm that provides consultant services to educational institutions in Bahrain, Egypt, and the United States. Subhanallah. They have worked on the Islamic Seminary of America and the Islamic Seminary Foundation, which is a lighthouse of knowledge and faith devoted to equipping American-based leaders. Congratulations, Khabira Yahya, Dr. Khabira Yahya and Dr. James Jones, otherwise known as Dr. Jimmy Jones. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you both and continue you to be able to work together in this beautiful work. And setting an example for the rest of us in community that when fathers and daughters work together, our community is better for it. Just like Nafīsa, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon her and her father, how in coming together, when her father supported her, she was able to grow into this amazing scholar, pious woman, leader that she did, setting an example for all of us. I pray for all of you fathers out there and all of you daughters out there that you can be working together to help make this community, this ummah, a stronger, better, more positive community of people who are ready to be people of faith and people of positive cultural change, uplifting and growing our communities in the best ways that we can. If you want to be part of this movement, you can join us at rabata.kindful.com and become a donor. We're looking for 222 donors who will donate $22 a month in this Ramadan. You can be one of them. In fact, you could be two, a father and a daughter. And through that, you can support our work that helps to support families and women around the world. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.